Something inside this person can't take it anymore. Silence is no longer enough. The truth weighs heavily, and the need to speak grows stronger every day. The angels reveal that this confession is near, closer than you think. You may receive an unexpected message, an audio filled with emotions, words that have never been spoken before. It could be an apology, an explanation, or even the truth you've always known but never heard from this person's mouth. This moment will be intense. The energy between you will shift. What was hidden will come to light, and you will need to decide what to do with this revelation. Prepare yourself. The truth is coming. Do you feel this energy? Something is moving. Something is changing. It's not just in your head, nor is it a coincidence. The angels show that this person is being pressured from within, and the silence is becoming unbearable. There is something stuck in their throat, something that needs to be said. This confession won't be a simple outburst. It will be a milestone, a turning point, a truth that can set you free or challenge you to make a decision. This person has rehearsed these words so many times, written and deleted messages, picked up their phone to talk to you, only to back out at the last moment. But this time, there's no escaping it. Life is pushing this truth out, and when it comes, it may not be how you expect. It could come late at night when you least expect it. It might arrive as an audio brimming with hesitation, or a direct and heavy text. It could be a lost look, a trembling voice, a request to meet up for a chat. The angels indicate that this truth is accompanied by intense feelings, fear, guilt, longing, perhaps even regret, but it also comes with an urgent need for release. This person can no longer carry this burden alone. And you? Are you ready to listen? To face what you've felt but were never sure about? This confession may bring answers. It might bring relief, or it could open a new wound, but most importantly, it will bring clarity. What you do with this truth will be your choice. The angels say this moment will be significant for both of you. Something needs to be concluded or started anew, and this confession will be the first step. Pay attention to the signs. The silence is about to be broken, and when it is, you will know exactly what it's about. This truth could change everything. It could be the end of a cycle or the beginning of something you never imagined. The weight this person carries on their shoulders can no longer be ignored. It's a mix of guilt and relief, a silent desperation that screams inside of them. This confession isn't just about what was done or left undone. It's about a feeling that was never expressed properly. It's about the words left unspoken, about the nights this person mentally rehearsed everything they needed to tell you, only to end up remaining silent. The angels reveal that there is an internal conflict, a fear of your reaction, a fear that it might be too late. This person knows that once they speak, there's no turning back. The exposed truth means the masks come off, the games end, and reality must be faced. And you, how do you feel reading this? Your intuition has already alerted you. The silence has been more revealing than any word. You've already noticed the signs, the messages that almost got sent, the glances that avoided yours, the coincidences that seemed to want to remind you of this connection. This confession could come suddenly like a burst of courage. It might be an apology, a late acknowledgement, or a release of feelings that reveals more than it should. It could be full of roundabout phrases or brutally honest. But one thing is certain, it will come. And when it comes, it will stir everything inside you. What will you do with this truth? Will you embrace it, forgive, confront? Will you demand explanations or simply listen? Will you allow this person to unload everything they've kept inside, or will you shield yourself from the emotional storm that comes along with it? The angels say you need to be prepared. This revelation is not just for the one speaking, but also for the one listening, and you need to be ready. Because after this, nothing will be the same as before. This confession will be a turning point. After it, you won't be able to pretend you don't know. You won't be able to ignore what you've always felt. The angels show that this moment will bring something you need to hear, something that will change the way you see this person, and perhaps even the way you see yourself. This truth may come with tears, with a choked voice, with the hesitation of someone afraid of losing everything, yet needing to break free. It may come with regret, with justifications, with sharp truths that hurt before they heal. Perhaps this person will try to choose their words carefully, trying to avoid making the pain greater than it needs to be. Maybe they'll try to protect you, or perhaps they're trying to protect themselves. But one thing the angels make clear: the truth will come out. Even if it takes time, even if it's hard, even if pride tries to interfere. And you? Are you ready to handle this confession? Because listening is one thing, but feeling the weight of the words is another. You can prepare yourself mentally, you can rehearse 1,000 responses, but the moment this confession comes, everything you thought you knew may unravel in seconds. This person carries a deep fear of losing you, but they also know they cannot continue living with this truth trapped inside them. The question remains, what will you do when that moment arrives? Will you forgive? Will you pull away? Will you make space for a new beginning? Or will you close this chapter for good? The angels do not reveal the answer, because this choice will be yours. But they do say something important. This confession does not happen by chance. It is part of a larger process, something that needed to happen for everything to continue its course. Nothing will ever be the same, and deep down you already feel that. This confession is not just a release of emotions. It carries consequences. This person knows that. Every word spoken will have an impact. Every truth revealed will bring changes. There is no going back. The angels show that this truth has been forming for a long time. It has been suffocated, denied, hidden in excuses and silences. But now there are no more barriers. This person feels that if they do not speak now, they may never have the chance to say what needs to be said. And when the words are spoken, something inside you will also change. It may be the confirmation of what you always suspected. It may be a relief, or it may hurt more than you imagined. But regardless of the reaction, one thing is certain: this conversation will be necessary. You may be expecting an apology, an attempt to justify past mistakes, or even an explanation for behaviors that never made sense. But the angels warn. It might be deeper than that. It could be an acknowledgement of what this person feels and has never had the courage to admit. It may be a suffocating nostalgia that needs to be expressed. It could be a love that never died. It could be a regret so great that it consumes from within. And it could also be a goodbye. Yes, this confession may come to close a chapter, to bring a closure that never happened. It may be a request for you to move on so that both of you can find peace. But at the same time, it could be a beginning. Because sometimes the truth doesn't pull people apart. It brings them closer. It breaks down the barriers that pride has built. It shows that there is still something there, something strong, something real. And at that moment, the choice will be before you. You can either embrace this truth or reject it. You can allow this confession to bring a new beginning, or you can use this revelation to finally free yourself. But what you cannot do is ignore it. The angels say you need to be ready to feel, to let this truth settle within you before making any decisions. Because the impact of this confession will not be fleeting. The angels show that this moment will be a test, not just for the person carrying the confession in their heart, but for you as well. How will you react? How will you absorb every word? The truth can be liberating, but it can also be overwhelming. Once this silence is broken, you will feel the weight of what was hidden, and nothing can undo what is said. This person is struggling with themselves. The mind says to leave everything as it is, to not disturb what has already been buried, to avoid the pain that may come with this revelation. But the heart says the opposite. The heart beats restlessly, yearning to be heard. The angels say this truth will not come easily. Perhaps this person will try to soften the confession. Maybe they will hesitate, skirt around the issue, fear being direct. They might fall silent for a few seconds before letting out what has changed everything. But when they finally speak, it will be impossible not to feel the intensity of what is being said. You might notice the hesitation in their voice, the insecurity in every word, the fear of what will come next. And then there will be the surrender. The words will come out like a long-held back release, each syllable heavy with emotion, with unspoken feelings, with nostalgia, with guilt, with everything this person tried to hide. The angels warn, this truth might bring tears, it might bring regrets, it could bring memories you tried to forget, but it will also bring clarity. And with clarity there will come a choice. You can either accept this truth and try to rebuild something, if there's still something to be rebuilt, or you can use it as a period, closing this chapter with the certainty that everything has been said without regrets. The angels make it clear. This confession is not a coincidence. It is part of your journey, part of what needs to be experienced for something greater to happen. Now the question that remains is, what will you do with this truth? Because after this moment, nothing will be the same. This truth has a purpose. It comes to stir you, to test your heart, to help you see what was previously clouded. The angels do not present this confession lightly. They know that this revelation will be a turning point, a moment that will divide everything into what was and what still can be. This person feels the weight of this decision. It isn't easy. There's a profound fear that, by speaking up, what remains will be lost forever. But there is also an uncontrollable desire to be free, to no longer carry this burden alone. And you? Are you prepared for what's to come? Because this confession will not be a minor detail. It will not go unnoticed. You won't be able to pretend you didn't hear, that you didn't understand. The energy of this moment will be intense. Perhaps your eyes will fill with tears before the words are even spoken. Perhaps your heart will race, sensing that something significant is about to unfold. Maybe the silence that precedes the confession will be enough to make you grasp what lies ahead. The angels say this truth will not be simple. It could be something that explains misunderstandings, the distances, the mistakes. It could be a genuine request for forgiveness, an attempt to rebuild. But it could also be something that hurts, something that brings pain before it brings relief, something that reveals feelings you never expected to hear. This person is not expecting your reaction to be lighthearted. They know this confession could change everything. But the need to speak is greater than the fear of the consequence. And deep down, you already knew this moment would come, because your intuition had been warning you, because the signs were all around you, because this connection has never been forgotten. It was never completely erased. So when this confession comes, do not run from it. Listen with an open heart. Not to forgive immediately, not to decide on impulse, but to understand what is truly being said. Because this could be the last chance, or it could be the beginning of something that should never have ended. The angels leave the choice in your hands. So now what will you do? This choice will be definitive. What you decide after this confession will shape the future, for better or for worse. There's no more room for doubts, for indecision, for half measures. The angels show that this confession is laden with emotion. The voice may tremble, the gaze may wander, the hands may shake, but the words will come. And when they do, each one will carry a weight you cannot ignore. Perhaps this person has taken a long time to get here. Maybe they've tried to avoid this conversation countless times. But now, the universe is pushing this truth out, and there's no holding it back. And what about you? Will you be able to listen without interrupting? Will you be able to feel without reacting on impulse? Will you be able to look into this person's eyes and understand everything being said without letting the past drown out the present? Because the angels warn, this confession may bring surprises. It may come accompanied by words you never expected to hear. It could completely change how you see this person. Maybe what you thought was true isn't quite so. Perhaps there are secrets that have never been revealed. This confession might bring a new perspective on everything that has happened. The angels show that there is pain involved, but there is also hope. This person is exposing themselves. They are dropping their armor and showing what they feel in a pure way, without masks, and that is rare. Now it's up to you to decide what to do with this delivery. You can embrace it, you can confront it, you can forgive, or you can say goodbye. But one thing you cannot do is ignore it. This truth has come to you for a reason. This confession needed to happen. And now you need to decide how you will handle it. Silence will be a response. Your expression will be a response. Your energy will be a response. Deep down, this person already knows that. So what will you do? Because after this confession, there will be no turning back. This confession will change everything. Now the decision is in your hands. What will you do with this truth? Share your feelings about this in the comments. Subscribe for more messages like this, and give a like so that more people can receive this guidance. The moment has come. Are you ready?